Hey guys, welcome back to iCloudGo. Are you trying to remove an Apple ID from an iPhone that's stuck on the activation lock or iPhone locked to owner screen? Maybe you bought a used iPhone, reset the device, or simply no longer have access to the Apple account linked to it. The good news is, depending on your situation, there are still a few things you can try. I'll start with the options that don't require a computer, and if those aren't available, I'll also show you a computer-based option for supported devices. Let's get started. Method 1. Remove activation lock with the device passcode. The first thing to check is whether your iPhone lets you remove activation lock using the device passcode. On the activation lock or iPhone locked to owner screen, look for an option such as Unlock with Passcode. If you see it, tap the option. Choose Use Device Passcode. Then enter the passcode that was previously used to unlock this iPhone. If Apple can verify the device using that passcode, you can continue through the activation process without entering the Apple account password. This is especially useful if you forgot your Apple account information, but still remember the passcode that was used on the device before it was erased. And since everything happens directly on the iPhone, you don't need a computer. However, this option won't appear on every device or in every activation lock situation. If you don't see it, move on to the next method. Method 2. Ask previous owner to remove iPhone from Find My. If you bought the iPhone secondhand and it's still linked to the previous owner's Apple account, ask them to remove the device from Find My. The good news is, they don't need to have your iPhone with them. On another iPhone or iPad signed in to their Apple account, open the Find My app. Tap Devices at the bottom, then select the iPhone that's currently locked. First, choose Remove this device, then confirm Remove. This will disconnect the iPhone from the previous owner's Apple account and turn off activation lock. If your iPhone is offline, simply connect it to Wi-Fi to complete the process. Once this process is complete, set up the device again. You can now sign in to the device with your Apple ID. So if you purchased a used iPhone and can still contact the previous owner, this is one of the best options to try because you don't need their password and you don't need a computer. Method 3. Submit an activation lock support request to Apple. Now, what if this is your own iPhone, but you've forgotten both the Apple account and password linked to the device? If you can't recover the account information and you have valid proof that the iPhone belongs to you, you can try submitting an activation lock support request to Apple. You can open Apple's activation lock support page from another phone, so you don't necessarily need a computer. Before submitting the request, make sure you have valid proof of purchase for the device. Apple may use information such as the serial number or IMEI, along with your purchase documentation, to verify ownership. Follow the instructions on Apple's support page and submit the required information. If Apple can verify that you're the legitimate owner of the iPhone, they may be able to help remove activation lock. This method isn't instant and approval isn't guaranteed, but if you've forgotten both the Apple account and password and can prove that the device belongs to you, this is the official option worth trying. Method 4. Remove activation lock with 4U-key. If none of the no computer options are available and this is your own device or you have permission to unlock it, you can also check whether 4U-key supports your iPhone. Unlike the previous methods, this option requires a Windows PC or Mac. First, download and install 4U-key on your computer. Connect the locked iPhone using a USB cable. From the main interface, select Remove iCloud Activation Lock. 4U-key will detect the connected device and guide you through the required process. First, the device will automatically enter recovery mode. Then follow the on-screen instructions to put the device into DFU mode. Once everything is ready, continue with the removal process and keep the iPhone connected until it finishes. This process takes only a few minutes to complete. This makes 4U-key more useful as a fallback option when you're stuck on the activation lock screen and the official no computer methods aren't available for your situation. Activation lock can happen for different reasons, so choose the solution that matches your situation. Let me know your iPhone model in the comments. If you have another Apple lock issue, tell me what problem you're facing. Subscribe to iCloudGo for more iPhone and iPad tips. Peace!